Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Akira, and I've got a special guest with me,
Nate.
All right, here we are. We're doing the shoulder cuff warm up because it's super important.
Yeah, the one thing that I really like about these warm-ups is it pushes a lot of blood into your shoulder. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced a shoulder cuff injury, but they are no fun. They last forever. So
Yeah, and I really like the feeling of using the wall. Like when I push my back flat into the wall, I feel like it helps me isolate the joint a lot better than if I was just to stand in place and do it. Everyone's different, but for me, that's what I get the most out of it. I mean, look, you can even see between Nate and I, our range of motion is actually different. Like Nate has way more flexibility in his shoulders than I do. I'm like a robot. I'm like that old school action figure.
good
All
deal.
right, then we go into, we did 3 warm-up sets here. Really lightweight. Lightweight meaning like you can do about 40 reps with this weight if you wanted to, but you're only gonna do 15 to 20. The concentration here is all on the pace, going really slow, trying to hold your chest up. You can see as I'm doing these, I'm really not trying to like just blast through each one. I'm really focusing on just going really slow and connect with the muscles in my chest.
Yeah, and by keeping the chest up, that's pretty much a subtle way of saying put a slight arch in your back. Not like a huge arch, but make sure that your chest is at the top of your body, so to speak, I guess you could say.
Right, and also it's also like it's in your breathing. It's how you hold your breath through the movement, and also you can tell between Nate and mine the range of motion in terms of how far he goes all the way down and all the way up. You can tell he prefers the method of where when he goes up, he likes to bring the dumbbells together. Me, I feel it more when I just raise the dumbbells up to a certain point where I feel the maximum contraction in my chest, and then I just return back to the start position. But
I definitely feel like that's a habit. It's a habitual thing to bring it to the middle there. But it's always felt a little bit more comfortable for me than just bringing it up to the peak and then bringing it back down.
Yeah, I think everyone structurally feels like differently, like on their shoulders. Like you can even see, like even me, like when I'm bringing the dumbbells up, I'm really comfortable with the dumbbells going, like lining straight up with my shoulders as I bring them up. But I don't. As soon as they get like right at my shoulder level, you can see like they're right above my shoulders, right at my shoulder level and down. Like it puts a lot of pressure on my shoulders. Or here, I'm actually showing you what it looks like when you drop your chest. When you drop your chest, you'll see how my body just went completely, like I just gassed out there for a second. But yeah, when you hold your chest up, it's a matter of like, it's like holding your breath in the whole time and trying to hold yourself up above water. That's what it feels like. That's what I think of. All right, now, after we finished our warm-up sets, we're getting into our working sets. This is, again, I still consider this a warm-up, you know, like, I mean, like, I'm going for, 12 to 15 reps, but it's about a medium weight for me. And the concentration here, the focus is on just my breathing and my pace, trying to get as much blood into the muscle as possible. The more blood I have into my chest, the stronger I feel, the more safe I feel to move this weight and get the most, out of my training.
Yeah, I felt like this was a good moderate kind of start to the working set. I don't really get I don't get a chance to go super heavy on chest days for a lack of a spotter, of course. So this was actually a really good opportunity. But as you can see here, I tried to focus a little bit more not touching them. I tried to use the Akira method of just bringing it straight up. I felt like it was a little bit uncomfortable at first, but as you'll see, getting into heavier weight, I'll definitely go back to the touching in the middle.
Yeah, you can see it in my face. I'm like, damn, that weight's getting heavy.
What are you up to here? Like this is...
I think it was like 95.
Yeah, I think these were the hundreds here. Yeah, and you can tell. I mean, when you start slamming them together in the middle there, it's just get these things up, you know. Whenever it's the 45s, you can really just, you know, focus on the form and getting the blood in there. But like I said, it's a rare occasion for me to go heavier on the dumbbells, even though you can drop them and stuff in the gym. It's nice to have a spotter.
All right, going up. Definitely in my work sets here, I mean, and really I was just really focused on trying to keep them as stable as possible. It's just a strong focus on keeping all the tension in my chest, holding my chest up the whole time. And you see like the weights, they're not swaying up very much, they're just staying steady.
Yeah, and these were the more intense sets here.
Yep.
These were burners. Felt really good during these.
Now these are great, man. These are really good sets you're getting out here, man, because you can tell like you're going to failure. I mean, that's what's gonna really make these muscles grow. You know, challenging yourself to go as heavy as you can with a good safe form. You know, and this one was my last working set. This was heavy. This was heavy for me. Concentrating really hard on just keeping that weight steady. I mean, when the weight's that heavy, like for me, that was really heavy. It was a lot of pressure on my wrists. So I was really trying hard just to make sure that those weights didn't fall out of my hands and fall on my face. It really takes all your focus, you know, to just really just hold on to that weight. And dropping them feels so good. And then this was our last set, so we did a drop set here. A drop set from 120 down to 45s, and 45s was the failure. Typically when I go to failure, I like to go for, you know, right around, you know, at least 15 reps. You know, I like the reps to be really high up because I'm really trying to gas out, you know, just really just pump as much blood into the chest as possible. But the only way I can obtain that is by getting my rep count really high. You can see it in my face, man, this is hurting, man. And this was hard.
And it's pretty wild actually, the difference it makes after you throw up, you know, 120-pound dumbbells for 10 to 12 reps, and then you move down to 40s, and you know how humbling that is. So yeah, I didn't go up to the 120s. I stuck to the 100s. I hit about 6 to 8. Whenever I hit about 6 to 8 reps, I like to stick within that range. I don't really like to hit anything less than 6. I don't like to go much higher than 12. But yeah, this was a challenging weight, definitely. And then we moved down to the 45s, and
man, the guy in the back looks like he needs a spot. I feel bad.
Oh, he's got it. But yeah, just focusing on the squeeze at this point. You know, we tear up the fibers in the chest with the heavy weight, and then really just force a ass ton of blood into the chest with the light
I like
weight.
to call it. They call it chasing the pump.
Yeah.
And then declines. We skipped the first set. We didn't publish the first set we did. We're kind of just moving forward. We did 3 sets of these, and we're just continuing on from the second set. You can tell here, really focused on lowering that weight slow on the way down and quick on the way up. I learned this one from Dorian Yates, actually.
Yeah, it looks like it's just pure chest engagement there. You know, you're not really, you know, getting your triceps involved too much, which is a really good thing when you're just trying to destroy the chest.
Oh, and in this part of the workout, now we're just basically chasing the pump. You know, we're doing 3 circuits. The first one is a decline. Next one is the hammer strength bench press, and then right into push-ups to failure. And you can see it on my face. I'm roasted. And then I gotta go do these push-ups to failure. Now the nice thing about doing these push-ups to failure is that it's not only is it extremely challenging, but you really push yourself. You know, you give yourself the chance, the opportunity to really, you know, see what you're made of in those last few reps. You know.
Yeah, you literally take yourself to the death point.
Yeah.
Of the muscle, you know,
and it doesn't matter whether you do 3 push-ups or 30 push-ups. You're going to failure. You know, so you're just basically doing your best to just, you know, focus on getting the most out of those reps, getting the most out of your body per set. It's epic for training. All right, Nate's up here.
Yeah, so the decline isn't really something that I do very often, which needs to definitely change. I enjoy the decline. It's actually a really good exercise just for overall chest development, I think.
And you can see, like, between Nate, his range of motion and mine are very different. Nate brings his all the way up to the lock position. I'm basically subconsciously, clearly protecting my elbow. I have an elbow injury that I'm just training around, so I stay away from that. But you can tell, like, Nate gets a really great, you know, full extension on really all these movements. He's getting great extension on, but, you know, basically trying to show you there's still ways of getting around that.
Yeah, and then you come to these push-ups, and I maybe hit 5, and then I was just completely gassed at this point. The chest was just...
You start off strong, man. You start off like, I was like, man, he's going for 40 right here.
Yeah, I think gravity changed on me real quick.
Yeah,
the chest just...
Hold on, wait for it. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's how you know you're going to failure, man. If you can't even stand up like that,
that's a breakdancing move there, man.
I saw that. Nate's a damn giraffe. Set that weight all the way at the top, man. Shoot. All right. Damn. Made those faces only a mother could love. Yeah.
Hey, man,
I have a gnarly elbow bone spur in my left elbow. I cover it up well, but like, yeah, you can see, like, as I'm doing all these push movements, I actually don't go to full extension just because of my elbow. It feels like it's gonna explode. You can even see when I'm holding the weight there. I keep my arms slightly bent, keeping all the tension on my chest. So I'm trying to show you that there are ways of training around injuries. You know, you just have to really know your body and what you can do to train around those types of things. Me, I've only spent the last 16 years, you know, mastering, like, just body control, you know, through dance and functional performance training. That, you know, I really understand my body well and how to get around injuries. Oh, right, yeah, on your face.
I think you headbutted the mat on that one.
I did.
That was good.
I should wear a helmet for these, man.
Hey, maybe the next video you can do a GoPro on your head. That was pretty cool, actually, I think.
All right, watch Nate's mount here.
So
this is the mount. Wait for the mount.
Slight confusion. It's okay, folks. We got it. There we go. Just slide up in there. All right. Just raised the weight by about 10, so we're at 205 here. I mean, again, this isn't a movement that I perform much, so it's normally you can go a lot heavier on the decline press. Chest was feeling pretty on fire at this point in time, so didn't want to go up to 225. Just keep it around, again, the 6 to 8 rep range that I find helps the most.
Yeah, and you can tell I'm sticking really close to Nate here on this one because I know he's had a history of shoulder problems in the past, so I'm basically holding the bar in a deadlift grip just in case if anything happens, you know, I'm making sure that nothing's gonna hurt my friend. So
yeah, and having a spotter is incredibly important. And even if you have to grab a spotter, just some random person in the gym, you know, grab a spotter if you're gonna try and go heavy. And I definitely advise going somewhat heavy. So. Damn,
man, you like dove right into that.
Yeah, man, but still, we're about to dive right down to the ground here in a second.
Dove right into that,
man. Excellent. Yeah, those are just burners, man. I really like those.
Oh, and we got Michelle Horan here. She's going to nationals. Yep. She is awesome, dude. She was deadlifting 315 for reps.
She was in there.
Oh, wait, in area, I'm showing you, like, don't be that guy in the gym that will put all this weight on the bar, especially those little weights, man. Damn, those little weights are so annoying. Put all those little weights on the bar and don't even rack it. That's the worst, man. All right, on to the next set. We did 3 sets of the circuit for the other one, and we're gonna do 3 circuits of this, where we're doing the cable crossovers. You know, right now the settings at where the cable's all the way at the top, and on this one, I prefer to raise my elbows really high up. I get a lot of just a really good stretch in my chest, and it takes all the tension off of my shoulders, which is really important for me. I tend to pull with my shoulders on these sometimes. Well, when I keep my arms straight. So I mean, everyone's different. You know, for me, I like to keep my elbows bent. And I superset right into weighted dips. Weighted dips with chains are awesome, man. They're so great for photos, man.
Oh yeah, well then,
shoot.
I mean, they're just.
You don't even have to know how to do one. You do these pictures, and you look like a damn boss.
That's true. You don't even have to go back up. Just put them on, go down, hold it for a second, take a picture.
Right. And
here comes what I call the piccolo cape drop. Getting ready for those.
And then we superset this with push-ups. And the reason why I wanted to do these, reason why I do these with push-ups on your knuckles is because you saw when I was doing the dumbbell press with the heavy weight, it gets to a point where if you're not one who wears, you know, wrist braces and all that stuff, you know, like, you gotta train your wrist to be, you know, just as strong as the rest of your body. So this is one of the ways that I incorporate that in my training. You know, I like to do push-ups on my knuckles to failure, you know, in this circuit with these, you know, crossovers, dips, and then push-ups to failure.
Yeah, now these were, I don't know if you can hear it, but Akira was kind of spotting me on these the whole time. I'm more of a, keep the fly cables down a little bit lower and go straight across. But I really like these bent over ones. If you do them correctly, and I start to get the form down as we go ahead here, but
yeah,
if you do them correctly, you can feel a really good contraction there in the chest.
Yeah, and it's just like anything else, man. It's like there's so many different ways of doing the movement, and yeah, man, like you did a really great job of just, you know, really responding to all these different movements, you know, so quick.
Thanks, man.
On the fly.
Yeah, one thing I liked about these chains, I had never done this chain work before either. We don't have them at the gym that I go to, but
piccolo moment.
I think those chains were a lot of fun, man, because they actually make you lean forward. So you're just, as you know, if you've done dips before, if you're, you know, facing straight up and down, you're kind of hitting your triceps. If you're leaning forward, you're just nailing your chest. And those chains force you to lean forward.
Yeah, it's great having the weight up top versus, you know, having the weight in the belt right below you, you know, and then it's all in your triceps. CT Fletcher did a great video on overtraining chest. I pulled some of these techniques actually from that video. But the thing that the guy spoke to in that video, damn, I can't remember his name, that swole cat. But the main thing that he mentioned was like when the weights are really high up on your chest, the chains, yeah, you'll feel it more. It's actually harder. And here I took my shirt off on this one because I really wanted to see, you know, what muscles I was firing up in my chest. You know, it's more of like a practice video for me. I wanted to see, like, you know, am I really engaging my chest as much as I think I am? And so here I am, I'm trying to focus on and show that, you know, the way that, you know, between the way I'm leaning, the way I'm bending my elbows, the way I'm contracting, I'm getting the most, you know, out of that lift in that particular moment. And I threw the shirt back on because it wasn't necessary.
This was a pretty cool superset here. Start with one chain, then jump
to the second. Now this was hard, man. I knew this was going to be hard. I started off with, yeah, just one chain, like you said. I went to, you know, about 1 or 2 reps just before failure, and then I said, okay, now grab the other chain and then go to failure. And this was, yeah, this was death, man.
I don't know how much those chains weigh, but
let's just say 80 pounds.
Yeah, they're a lot, man. They're a lot, and I love them. We don't have those at my gym. I really want to go to a Home Depot or somewhere that you can buy chains and buy some chains.
My face, man. My face says, damn, this hurts. I'm done.
Yeah, then this was the last set of push-ups here.
Yeah, man. I'm roasted at this point. Yeah, you gotta be careful that you don't use your triceps on this one, man. You can't help it, but sometimes you have to. But yeah, that's how you know your chest is completely gassed out. Now at this point in the lift, I like to focus on, you know, after tearing your muscles apart and filling it up with blood, I feel like it's really important to get as much of the contraction as you can. So I focus on a really, really hard flex right at the end, especially at this point in the lift. You know,
and just defeated.